Peace everyone, this is Vexy. So awesome that you're joining me now. Today I want to talk about cannabis or weed. We call it weed here in Israel. So I discovered weed probably just before I was recruited to my mandatory service in the IDF. And I had only one experience. I remember having this feeling that after the smoking session, I tried to walk home and I felt like the ground was shaking. The next experiences was during my service. I had a really bad time serving, not most of it, but a major amount of my service was, I guess, me being depressed inside this system that only sees numbers, and everyone has like a limited amount of how much they can bring their humanness, I guess. So I smoked just to get by, even on Sunday morning before going to the army. I hit my bong and went to the service. And it's been about 6 years from that point. And it's funny, nothing's really changed, because all of those 6 years I still smoked to get by. I still smoked because I couldn't cope with my feelings, couldn't cope with myself, with my thoughts. And the weed made me relax and gave me the false impression that I get creativity from it, or some kind of a outlet for the creativity. But really, it just made me blur out my soul, my feelings, my emotions. And sometimes it did make me calmer. And when I'm calmer, obviously the creativity is much more listened to. It's much more visible. Today I'm on day 6 of a 30-day challenge of not smoking. No gardening, I guess you call it in America or whatever. And it feels different now compared to the times that I told myself I'm quitting or I'm decreasing my use. Sometimes I did, but it was never like I'm not gonna smoke for a while now. I'm not gonna smoke for months or even years. Not even once, you know? Not talking just about getting the weed, also smoking, because I know the connection I have to it. So why would I rely on it or put it in my system when I know that my body is really, really attached to it? So I just want to share that, because so many people think that weed helps them sleep, or helps them get creative, or helps them be calm. But really, if you use it daily, if you use it 1 or 2 plus times a day, you cannot say that there's no reliance there. Some people can smoke once in a while. Some people even, I always looked at people that smoke just on the evening. And I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I'm just saying good for you. You can control yourself. You can smoke just on evenings. You can smoke on weekends. You can smoke on special occasions. I never could. Ever since I really tried to smoke, I learned how to roll the joints, and I tried it myself as some kind of a ceremony with myself. Mostly I smoked alone, not entirely, but mostly. It was never something that I truly controlled, but I couldn't really admit. I could admit to it, but if I'd say it out loud, it would make me more harsh on myself or hard on myself, because I already knew that I'm not controlling it. So speaking it out is just amplifying that energy of not controlling. And basically weed deconstructed my life. I'm not sure if this is the correct word. How do you say, when people build something, they have like this construction something, and the scaffolds. When scaffolds fall, like in in one of the Assassin's Creed games, this is how I feel like what weed did for me. Because I had a job of being a guitar tutor, and I had another job on the side, or this was on the side, depends on the time, and a lovely girlfriend. We did fight a lot, but I loved her like more than I loved myself, which is always a problem. And smoking every day or smoking every other day really affected this relationship and affected how I treat her, because I didn't treat myself the way that I wanted. And I always say that how you treat yourself is how we're gonna treat others, and you're never gonna do better than that. If you don't love yourself fully, or not fully, but if you don't love yourself and treat yourself like a king, you're never gonna treat your woman like a queen. And I can look back and reflect on how I wasn't the best boyfriend, and I didn't create the space and the environment that I would have wanted my woman to have, because I didn't have it for myself. Maybe I had a big house, or a spaceful, if this is a word, spaceful house, but because I didn't have it inside of me. You have to have space inside of you and love inside of you to give it. And now I know that I really, it's not the weed, it's the lies and the belief systems that you have, that if you're aware of them and still you do nothing, still you keep on smoking weed and keep on having this routine of being a bum, I guess, being a lazy ass, and basically being an idiot, because it doesn't matter if we have one life or more. I believe I've lived before and I will live after, maybe. Not even sure about the after, but it doesn't matter if you have one chance or not. Once you wake up, once you acknowledge that you're wasting your life, you're wasting your potential, you're wasting your light and love, and you bring inside of your body, you have this, how do you call it, you intake substances that aren't for you, aren't for your health. Now, I'm a vegan for more than 10 years, and I'm not a raw vegan, but I eat healthy. I won't use canola oil, you call it, and many other things that it's just not good for your body. But this weed was my one thing in life that I wasn't in coherence with myself. I wasn't in touch and intact about my beliefs by doing that. And this one little thing that I always told myself, it's just this, was the one thing that really took apart everything I ever achieved in the last years. And it's all for the best, you know. We in Israel, we say "Akol Tova," which means everything's for the best, or everything is from the sky, everything is from above. And today I believe that I chose everything. I chose to have this lesson with substances and addiction, and I will always be an addict even if I don't use it, it doesn't go away. But I chose differently now, and thanks to my ex, which I love with all of my heart, I woke up to wasting my life, and I will never go back to this place again. And this video, it's one take. I didn't shoot any other video today because I speak from my heart, and I don't even care if I sound like an Israeli with an accent and I have all this quiet times inside of this video. But I really speak from my heart because I know that someone out there may see this someday and look at what I went through, or to be more exact, who I was today and who I will be in 6 months or 1 year. And I know that this is a crazy change, you know. I'm thinking about the future me, the recent future me. And I love myself today. I totally accept myself, even if I'm not the best version of myself now. I know that I'm headed there, and I'm doing my best now. I always did my best, but I ignored some things that I knew that wasn't contributing to me. And now I don't have those things and those places. I don't go to those places anymore. And I want to tell you, don't waste your life. Don't disappoint yourself first. Don't disappoint yourself, and your close environment will be thankful to you, because you will be thankful to you. The only thing that matters today, in my opinion, is how we feel inside, how positive we're thinking and feeling. And since we are the creators of our own reality, and we focus on things and then we see them in our own reality. And the collective, we all do this, so the collective is affected by this. I think it is our obligation even to experience the best lives we can experience. And believe me, it's not gonna work with smoking or drinking or just fucking around every day. It's gonna come from being in alignment with your soul and your purpose and your light. And I'm not just saying light just like an hippie, I don't know. Everyone has their gift to the world, and if we don't give it, I think it's a shame for you, but it's also very selfish of you to not give your gifts to the world. So I think I'm gonna end on this note, and I'm hoping that it was a nice video to watch and listen to. I think that the more time goes by, the less I'm gonna be on emphasis on how my videos look, even though I try to make it look appealing and nice. Maybe you'll just hear my voice when my accent slowly but surely decreases and become more subtle. So thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you connect to yourself even more than now and love yourself, because this is the most important thing. Goodbye.